Once, long ago in a land far away, there lived four little characters who ran through a maze, looking for cheese to nourish them and looking happy. Two were mine, named Sniff and Scurry, and two were little people, being who were as small as mice, but looked and acting like people today. Their names were Hem and Hoa. Due to their small size, it would be easy not to notice one would doing, but if you look closely enough, you could discover a most amazing thing. Every day, the mice and the little people spend time in the maze looking for their own special cheese. The mice sniff and scurry, possessing only a simple riddle brain, but they include search for the hard-nibbling cheese they liked, as mice often do. The two little people, Hem and Hoa, use their brain, feel their meaning belief, to search for the different kinds of cheese, but the capital C, which they believe put them feel happy and successful. As different minds and little people were, they share something in common. Every morning, they each put on their jogging suit and running shoes, left their little home, and raced out into the maze, looking for their favorite cheese. The maze was a labyrinth of corridors and chambers, some containing delicious cheese, but there were also dark corners and blind alleys leading nowhere. It was an easy place for anyone to get lost. However, the lost found there, the maze held secrets and made them enjoy better life. The mice, Sniff and Scurry, used this simple trial-error method to finding cheese. They ran down one corridor, and through that day, they turned then round another. They remember courage helped new cheese, and quickly knew new areas. Sniff would smell out the general direction of cheese using great nose, and Scurry would lace ahead. They got lost in my respect. We knew the wrong direction and often bumped into the wall. However, the two little people, Hem and Hoa, had very complex brains. With their lives in motion, the made life in maze were complicated and challenging. They realized a sophisticated method found of cheese, depending on their ability, second alone than past experience. All their ability was sometimes clouded, but they looked their thing. Eventually, in their own way, they all discovered what they were looking for. They each found their own kind of cheese one day, at the end of the one corridor in Cheese Station C. Every morning after that, the mice and little people dressed in their running gear and headed to Cheese Station C. It was long before they eat their routine. Sniff and Scurry continued to wake a little every day and race the maze, always following the same route. When they arrived at their destination, a mice took off their new shoes, tied them together, and hung them there in the neck so quickly. Then enjoyed the cheese. In the beginning, Hem and Hoa also raced toward Cheese Station C every morning to enjoy new waited them. But after a while, a different routine set in for the little people. Hem and Hoa awoke each day a little later, dressed a little slower, and walked to Cheese Station C. After all, they knew what the cheese was and how to get there. They had no idea their cheese came from being put there. They just assumed it would be there. As soon as Hem and Hoa left the Cheese Station C to each morning, they settled them, lead them home. They hang up their jogging suit, put away their running shoes, and put on slippers. They were becoming very comfortable now that they found the cheese. "This is great," Hem said. "There is no cheese here for last forever." The little people felt happy, successful, and thought they were now secure. It wasn't long before Hem and Hoa regarded cheese found in Cheese Station C as their cheese. It was such a large postal cheese, but they eventually moved their home to be close to it and built a social life around it. To make themselves feel more home, Hem and Hoa decorated the wall with saying and even drew pictures of cheese around them, which made them smile. One read, "Having cheese makes you happy." Sometimes Ham and Hoa would take friends by the cheese station C and point to the price, saying, "Pretty nice cheese, huh?" Sometimes they shared with their friend, and sometimes they didn't. "We deserve this cheese," Ham said. "We should work hard with the find it." He picked up the nice fresh piece and ate it. Afterward, Ham fell asleep, as he often did. Every night they looking forward a home full of cheese, and every morning every confidently returned for more. This went on quite some time. After a while, Ham and Hoa confidence grew into the arrogance and success. Soon they became comfortable. They didn't even notice what was happening. As time went on, Sniff and Scurry their routine. They arrived there early each morning. Sniff and scurry around the cheese station C, inspecting the area to see if there had been changed the day before. Then they would sit down to nibble on the cheese. One morning they arrived at cheese station C and discovered there wasn't no cheese. They weren't surprised, since Sniff and Scurry noticed fried cheese bit smaller every day. They were prepared the instinctive what to do. They looked at each other, removed the running shoes they tied together and hung convenient around their necks, put them on their feet, and laced them up. The minds did not overanalyze things. To the mind, the problem and the answer were both simple. The situation in the cheese station C had changed, so Sniff and Scurry decided to change. They both looked out of maze, and Sniff lifted his nose, Sniff, and nodded Discover, who took off running in the maze, where Sniff followed as fast as he could. They were quickly off in search of new cheese. Later that same day, Ham and Hoa arrived at cheese station C. They had not compared attention small had to be taking place each day, so they looked great their cheese would be there. They weren't prepared for what they found. "What? No cheese?" Ham yelled. He continued to yell, "No cheese? No cheese?" And so if you shouted louder, someone would put it back. "Who moved my cheese?" he hollered. Finally, he put his hands on hips, his face turned red, and he screamed at the top of his voice, "It's not fair!" Hoa just shook his head in disbelief. He, too, had counted on finding cheese at cheese station C. He stood there for a long time, frozen with shock. He was just not ready for this. Ham was yelling something, but Hoa didn't want to hear it. He didn't want to deal with it facing him, so he just tuned everything out. The little people's behavior was not very attractive, but it wasn't understandable. Finding cheese wasn't easy, and it was a great deal more for people just having nuts to eat every day. Finding cheese was the little people's way, getting what they saw needed to be happy. They had their own ideas what cheese meant to them, depending on their taste. For some, finding cheese was having material thing. For others, was enjoying good health or developing a spiritual sense of well-being. For Hoa, cheese just meant feeling safe, having a loving family someday, and living at the close cars in sheltered lane. To him, cheese was becoming upbeat cheese in charge of their own big house, common Bear Hill. Because cheese was important to them, two little people spent a long time trying to decide what to do. All they could think of keep looking around cheeseless station C to see if the cheese was already gone. While Sniff and Scurry had quickly moved on, Ham and Hoa continued to Ham and Hoa. Hoa started to get pressed. What would happen if cheese wasn't there tomorrow? Humans feel planes based on this cheese. The little people couldn't believe it. How could this happen? No one is wondering. He wasn't right. It is not the way things supposed to be. Ham and Hoa went home that night, hungry and discouraged. But before they left, Hoa wrote on the wall, "The more important your cheese is to you, the more you want to hold on to it." The next day, Ham and Hoa left their home and returned to Cheese Station C again, where they still expected somehow to find their cheese. The situation did not change. Cheese was no longer there. The little people didn't know what to do. Ham and Hoa just stood there immobilized like two statues. Hoa shut his eyes tight he could, put his hand over his ear. He just wanted to black everything out. He didn't want no cheese supply gradually becoming smaller. He believed it would move all of a sudden. Ham analyzed the situation over and over, and eventually his complicated brain with his huge belief system took hold. "Why did they do this to me?" he demanded. "What's really going on here?" Finally, Hoa opened his eyes, looked around, and said, "By the way, where are Sniff and Scurry? Do you think they know something we don't?" Ham scoffed. "What would they know?" Ham continued. "They're just simple minds. They just respond to what happened. We're little people. We're special. We should be able to figure this out." "I know we're smarter," Hoa said. "Little people simply acting smarter at the moment. Things change around here, Ham. Maybe we need to change. Do things differently." "Or why should we change?" Ham asked. "We're little people. We're special. These sort of things not happen to us. Or if it does, we should at least get some benefit." "Why should we get benefit?" Hoa asked. "Because we're entitled," Ham claimed. "Entitled to what?" Hoa wanted to know. "We're entitled to our cheese." "Why?" Hoa asked. "Because we could cause this problem," Ham said. "Somebody else did this, we to get something out of it." Hoa suggested maybe we should stop analyzing the situation so much and just get going and find some new cheese. "Oh no," Ham argued. "I'm gonna get to the bottom of this." While Ham and Hoa were still trying to decide what to do, Sniff and Scurry were already well on their way. They went farther into the domain, up and down corridor, looking for cheese, every cheese station they could find. They didn't think of anything else but finding new cheese. They didn't find it in some time until they found it into an area of the maze where never been before. Cheese Station N. They squealed with delight. They found what they'd been looking for, a great supply of new cheese. They could hardly believe their eyes. It was the biggest store of cheese the mice had ever seen. In the meantime, Ham and Hoa were still back in Cheese Station C, evaluating their situation. They were now suffering from the effects of having no cheese. They were becoming really frustrated and angry, and were blaming each other's situation they were in. Now and then, Hoa thought about his friends, Sniff and Scurry, and wondered if they found their cheese yet. He believed there might be a hard time if running through the maze usually involves someone certain. But he also knew we were likely to last for a while. Sometime, Hoa ultimately made Sniff and Scurry find new cheese and enjoyed it. He thought about how it would be for him to be able to eventually make and find the fresh new cheese. He could almost taste it. The more clearly Hoa saw images himself enjoying a new cheese, the more he living cheese.